The starship Elysium drifted silently through the void, its hull glinting faintly under the light of a distant sun. Inside, Captain Alara Voss leaned over the control console, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. The ship's AI, a sophisticated construct known as Aegis, hummed softly in the background, its voice calm and measured. "Captain, we're approaching the coordinates you specified," Aegis announced. "Scans indicate a derelict vessel approximately 500 meters off the port bow. Life signs are inconclusive." Alara straightened, her sharp green eyes narrowing as she studied the readouts. "Inconclusive. What does that mean?" "It means," Aegis replied, "that there's something alive over there, but it doesn't match any known biological or synthetic signatures in my database." Alara's lips curled into a faint smile. "Well, that's not ominous at all. Prep the shuttle. I'm going over." "Captain, protocol dictates." "Protocol can kiss my ass," Alara interrupted. "If there's something alive over there, I'm not leaving it to die. End of discussion." Aegis paused, then emitted a soft, almost resigned sigh. "Very well. Shuttle is prepped. But I strongly advise caution." "Noted," Alara said, grabbing her gear and heading for the airlock. The derelict ship was a hulking ancient thing, its hull pockmarked with scars from centuries of cosmic debris. Alara maneuvered the shuttle into a docking bay that looked like it hadn't seen use in decades. The airlock hissed open, revealing a dimly lit interior filled with a faint smell of rust and decay. "Aegis, you getting this?" Alara asked, her helmet's camera transmitting the feed back to the Elysium. "Loud and clear," Aegis replied. "Proceed with caution, Captain. My scans are still unable to identify the life form." Alara stepped inside, her boots clanging against the metal floor. The ship was eerily silent, save for the occasional creak of straining metal. She followed the faint signal on her scanner, weaving through corridors filled with debris and shattered machinery. Finally, she reached a sealed door. The scanner indicated the life form was just beyond it. Alara hesitated for a moment, then keyed the override. The door slid open with a groan. Inside was a small chamber, its walls lined with strange, glowing symbols. In the center of the room was a pod, its surface covered in a fine layer of frost. Alara approached cautiously, her breath fogging in the cold air. The pod's surface was transparent, and inside lay a creature unlike anything she'd ever seen. It was humanoid in shape, but its skin was a deep, iridescent blue, shimmering faintly in the dim light. Its eyes were closed, and its chest rose and fell in slow, steady breaths. "Aegis, you seeing this?" Alara whispered. "I am," Aegis replied. "Fascinating. This appears to be a cryogenic stasis pod. The creature inside is in a state of suspended animation." Alara studied the pod's control panel, her fingers tracing the unfamiliar symbols. "Think we can wake it up?" "Unknown," Aegis said. "But given the age of this vessel, it's possible the pod systems are failing. If we don't act, the creature may perish." Lara nodded. "Then we don't have a choice. Let's get it back to the Elysium." Back on the Elysium, Alara and Aegis worked together to carefully transfer the pod to the ship's medbay. After several tense hours, they managed to stabilize the pod systems and initiate the wake-up sequence. The creature's eyes fluttered open, revealing irises that glowed like molten gold. It sat up slowly, its movements graceful and deliberate. It looked around the room, its gaze finally settling on Alara. "Who are you?" it asked, its voice a melodic blend of tones that sent shivers down Alara's spine. "I'm Captain Alara Voss," she replied, keeping her voice steady. You're aboard the starship Elysium. We found you in a derelict vessel. Can you tell me your name? The creature tilted its head, as if considering the question. I am Zynara. I am a keeper of the eternal archive. A keeper, Alara repeated. What's that? Zynara's golden eyes seemed to pierce through her. I am the guardian of knowledge, the preserver of history. My kind was tasked with safeguarding the wisdom of the universe. But something went wrong. I do not remember how I came to be on that ship. Alara exchanged a glance with Aegis. Well, Zynara, you're safe now. We'll help you figure things out. Zynara's expression softened, and she placed a hand over her chest. You have chosen to save me, Captain Voss. In doing so, you have bound yourself to me. Our fates are now intertwined. Alara blinked. Come again. It is the way of my people, Zynara explained. When one is saved by another, a bond is formed, a connection that cannot be broken. You are now my protector, and I am your charge. We are bound for life. Alara opened her mouth to protest, but Aegis cut in. Captain, I believe this is a cultural tradition. It would be unwise to offend her. Alara sighed. Right. Bound for life. Got it. So, what now? Zynara smiled, a serene expression that somehow put Alara at ease. Now we continue. Together. Over the following weeks, Zynara proved to be an invaluable addition to the crew. Her knowledge of ancient civilizations and forgotten technologies helped the Elysium navigate through uncharted regions of space. She and Alara grew closer, their bond deepening with each passing day. But not everyone was pleased with the arrangement. Captain, we need to talk, Commander Yarrick said one evening, cornering Alara in the mess hall. His tone was low, his expression grim. What's on your mind, Yarrick? Alara asked, setting down her coffee. It's Zynara, he said. I don't trust her. She's not like us. We don't know what she's capable of. Alara frowned. She's saved our hides more than once, Yarrick. She's part of the crew now. Is she? Yarrick countered. Or is she just using us? You heard what she said, bound for life. What does that even mean? What if she's manipulating you? Alara's jaw tightened. I trust her, Yarrick. That's all you need to know. Yarrick's eyes narrowed, but he said nothing more, turning on his heel and stalking away. The tension came to a head when the Elysium encountered a hostile alien fleet. The ships were unlike anything they'd ever seen, their weapons tearing through the Elysium's shields with terrifying efficiency. We can't take much more of this, Alara shouted, gripping the armrests of her chair as the ship shuddered under another barrage. Captain, I have an idea, Zynara said, her voice calm despite the chaos. But it will require me to interface directly with the ship's systems. Do it, Alara said without hesitation. Zynara nodded, her hands flying across the console. The ship's lights dimmed, and for a moment, everything went still. Then, with a surge of power, the Elysium's weapons came online, firing precise, devastating shots that crippled the enemy fleet. How? Alara began, but Zynara cut her off. There's no time to explain, she said. We need to jump to hyperspace. Now. Alara gave the order, and the Elysium leaped into the safety of hyperspace, leaving the enemy fleet behind. In the aftermath, the crew gathered in the mess hall, their relief palpable. But Yarrick's expression was dark. What the hell was that? He demanded, rounding on Zynara. How did you do that?